Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. Let's see if we could get some people on. Hi Brandy. Alright, so I'm going to clear the space. This is my triple amethyst point. I don't know if I showed you guys this. It's definitely a happy piece. So I'm going to clear any and all negative energy from my auric field with the violet flame of Saint Germain, and I also want to clear the space around me, and again a third concentric circle. I also want to clear any and all negative energy present in this space for anybody watching live or on replay. And let's go ahead and put a white light shield in 3 directions of time and space, amen. And I also want to shield the space for anybody watching this live or on replay. I'm going to call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Shamuel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Azrael. I want to call on my guides, my guardian angels. Thank you, sister. I want to call on the Ascended Masters, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Isis, Sekhmet, Buddha, Krishna, Vishnu. I want to call on spirit animals, power animals, totem animals of God's white light that are willing and able to assist in this space. And lastly, I want to call on, if I didn't already, my guardian angels and all the guardian angels of those watching this live or on replay. So with that, our circle is open. Just a couple quick astrological updates. Need a sip of water here. It's cool. I have bottled water, and then I have this lime essential oil from Jade Bloom, and I put a couple drops in that, and it's really, really good. So astrological updates. So, there's not too much that's different from last week's Facebook Live. However, I do want to talk a little bit about Venus and the moon and where they're placed right now. So Venus is in Taurus. It's still in Taurus. It's kind of climbing to almost like the halfway point of its transit through Taurus. This is an exalted position for Venus, where we have the ability to kind of pause and assess and really look at things and determine what's worth it and what's not. So you might be finding that you're doing a lot of value assessment, especially if you're Venus ruled. I'm Venus ruled, so the transits of Venus really affect me. And that's another pro astro tip, is to know what your ruling planet is, because the movements of that, if it's a smaller, more personal planet, they will change a lot and you'll be affected by that, What was I going to say? So I wanted to talk about that. The sun, of course, is in Gemini. We're gearing up for a new moon in Gemini next Monday, I believe it is. And right now the moon is in Pisces. So over this weekend, we've had the moon in Aquarius, which was trining the energy of sun in Gemini. So it was a lot of air energy. That was into Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday, very, very late into early Sunday, the moon moved into Pisces, which is significant because Neptune is transiting in Pisces. It's been there for a while. But whenever we have the moon with Neptune, it creates a lot of fog and confusion. It's like a little miniature Mercury retrograde in and of itself. It can also be the other direction. It can just be like sluggishness, or like you don't feel as motivated because you feel like you're in a fog or you're not as clear about what to do. And the other facet of it too is that it can cause a lot of, the reason why you're in that fog is because you're processing a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. So Pisces being the opposite of Virgo, Virgo is very exacting and is about truth and clarity and that laser focus, right? So Pisces energy is the opposite of that. It's about the subconscious energy, the feelings energy. It's not about being precise and exacting. So you might be finding with this moon in Pisces transit that there's a little bit of sluggishness, I know I'm feeling it because as a Virgo, with the sun in Gemini, it's causing, so Virgo squares Gemini, and then, so essentially all of the mutable signs are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. So right now we have a big pileup of mutable signs because Jupiter's been transiting in Sagittarius since the fall of last year. We're in Gemini season. So as the sun continues to move through Gemini, this will actually start to create an opposition, a Sun opposed Jupiter opposition. We're not there yet because we're still into the early portion of Gemini season, but that's coming. Another thing going on too is Mars in Cancer, which is not a good placement for Mars because it's more of again, an emotional placement. And Mars is exalted in Aries or in Capricorn, where it has the strength and the determination to either take initiative, take charge, get things done, or follow through on them. So with Mars in Cancer, it's sometimes you're having to process emotions before you can actually get to access the actual doing of the task, you know. I actually forgot about that one, and it came to me as I was talking to you guys. But anyway, we do have this kind of crazy mutable mess going on. So if you are a Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, or Gemini, you're definitely feeling this mutable mess. I know I'm feeling it as a Virgo, a very strong Virgo. If you have planets in any of those, you know, signs, you're feeling it, right? So we're more than just our sun sign. We have a moon sign, rising sign, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, right? We have all of these different sign placements. We have house placements. We have asteroid placements. So if you're interested about learning more about your personal natal chart, I cannot recommend this highly enough to have a session with a professional astrologer. It's literally like meeting with a linguist or a translator of your kind of like divine soul compass. And I do professional astrology readings through my business, as well as angel card readings and oracle card readings. So if you're interested in any of that, you can email me at julieannfaye@gmail.com, or you can, you know, shoot me a DM to my Facebook business page. But definitely, if you're interested in learning more about what transits you're under and what you need to know, I would highly recommend getting set up with a professional session with me. I also have a couple other versions of things I do that are variations of ways you can learn about your chart. So there are different options depending upon your budget. But with that being said, I'm not going to like water down my worth, right? That's what Venus and Taurus teaches. I'm not going to water down my worth to, you know, accommodate what would be outside of my value. What was I going to say? So yeah, I wanted to talk about this moon in Pisces. Tomorrow the moon will move into Aries, which will be definitely a nice change up because that will be a fire moon with a sun in air. So, and then that moon in Aries will also trine over to Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is fire. So yeah, things will kind of heat up, get more excitable tomorrow afternoon with that moon in Aries transit. And then when the moon moves into Taurus, it will conjunct Venus at some point. So good things coming this week. I think that we're in a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a sluggishness with the moon in Pisces, and we'll be dealing with this Mars in Cancer for a while. That's not really going away anytime soon. So if you've been feeling like it's been a struggle to kind of get things done or be exacting or precise about things, don't beat yourself up about it too much. I know certainly it's something I've been going through. And, you know, that could be also because like I'm very driven. My first house is Scorpio, you know, and I have a Leo midheaven and everything. So I don't really think of weekends and holidays as time off. To me, like there's no such thing as, I don't let society tell me when my time off is. I let myself, my intuition, and my body tell me when my time off is. So I'm the type of person that will work 7 days a week, but I will take in a given day, maybe a full-on afternoon to balance myself or take time out. I check in with myself for that time off and that balance on the day-to-day basis. So I always have a little bit of a prickly attitude towards, and that could be too because, you know, I have Saturn in Sagittarius, so inherently I don't really like too much extra saggy energy. I feel like it's, I'm always wanting to be working and applying myself. So it's always interesting to me to witness people that are aligning themselves with these holidays that society pushes out. And of course, some of these holidays are for good reason, right? Like, of course, we want to honor the people that have served. You know, Memorial Day is honoring people that have been in service to our country, which is amazing and absolutely important, right? I think also, though, sometimes people take advantage of a single day holiday or an honoring or a remembrance holiday, and they turn it into a multi-day drinking festivity or something like that. So, you know, it's just interesting to note too, because with Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn, the work that needs to get done is not going away anytime soon. This is a theme all of this year into next year, even as we get into the movement of, well, of course, once Jupiter leaves Sagittarius at the end of this year, it will go into Capricorn. That will enhance the necessity for focusing on responsibility and work for a solid year. And then even when some of these outer planets move into Aquarius, Aquarius is actually co-ruled by Saturn as well as Uranus. So we're not really leaving this energy for a good while, you know. So I just think it's important for people to keep a pulse on that and to remember that there are priorities to be addressed and to not lose themselves in like too much of the mutable energy or too much of the Sagittarian energy, because it's easy to do, you know. Okay, so that is my soapbox for astrology tonight. Business updates. So we're getting close to the end of the month here. This is an opportune time if you're interested in getting one of my customized moon reports. That's when I go into your natal chart and I specifically give you advice for the new and full moon of the next month. And I deliver that within the first week of that month. Typically always before the new, it's usually a new moon. Well, depends. Before that new or full moon of that month, you'll get it delivered to you. It's via audio recording. And I also do a single card pull message for each of those new and full moons. Works out to be about a 25-ish minute recording. It's a fantastic way to get advice within a particular month, have something that's a guiding light for you all month long. It's also a great way to learn more about your astrology chart if you're not ready to do a full-on natal chart with transit session with me, which is about 60 to 90 minutes. And we do that via phone. I can record that for you. And it's a little bit more of a lower cost offering than that. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I definitely will be wanting to do customized moon reports for June soon. I also want to plug my Fearlessly Fairy group. So I have a private membership group called Fearlessly Fairy where I pull a specific card focus message for the week, and you get that delivered to you via email every week. You also have access to a private Facebook group as well as a reflection document that you can use to actually, in the reflection document, without giving it too much, I inform specific themes for that month, and then I have journaling prompts for you to follow alongside those themes. So month to month, you're actually working on reflection and doing some kind of inner work through those reflection documents. It's only $20 a month, so it is a lot of value, and you get a lot of love and support with that, including, of course, the private Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I am wanting to get some more members in there. And then I also have a version of that called Astro Fairy, which has a waiting list where I will be delivering a specific transit focus or astrological aspect that's important for that week. Similar format and everything. If you sign up for both, you get $5 off. So it'll be $35 if you want to sign up for both of those. So feel free to let me know if you're interested. Tag friends in the comments, share about this, tell people if you're interested in any of this, because I definitely want to get the word out. And of course, I'm always available for private card readings as well as astrology readings. And if you have any questions about kind of how I format those or how I do them, feel free to leave comments in the chat. So with that, I think that's everything as far as business updates go. I will pull, just for a couple people intuitively, a one-to-one, what do you need to know right now? And then I'm going to transition to the sign-by-sign card pulls for the week so that everybody watching this live or on replay will get access to a message that they need to hear for this week. So let me get my decks ready. So if you are interested, thank you, Brandy. Brandy is my Facebook Live angel, so she's sharing my email there if you're interested in contacting me about some of these services I've been mentioning. You know, and when you have your own business, when you're a small business owner, you need people to support you, spread the word. So even if you're not able financially to partake in a reading right now, or it's just not a good time for you to get a reading, I would so very much love it if you can tell somebody about my business, you know, direct them to my Facebook business page, tell them about what I do, tag them in this Facebook Live. If you want, my PayPal is in the description. You're welcome to PayPal me a donation. Any amount is of value. There's little ways that you can also help out that mean a lot and really help my business keep going and keep it, you know, in flow. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so if you would like this is just general. I do specific messages in my in paid card readings, so this is just what you need to know right now. But if you'd like one of those, leave a comment and let me know. And like I said, I will also be going through every zodiac sign. So no matter what, you're going to be receiving. Tonight I have the Akashic Tarot by Sandra Ann Taylor. I have Essene Masters. And then I have Queen of the Moon Oracle. So, good stuff. I'm really happy because I'm having a very good hair day. You guys can't really see it. But I tried a different shampoo than I usually do. It actually worked out really well. So that was a highlight of my weekend. Okay, you got it, Brandy. All right, so let's see. What does Brandy need to know right now? Aw, this is a good one. So we have the King of Roses. The King of Roses. So what I'm noticing about this card is that there's a lot of yellow energy, which is solar plexus chakra. There's also the prominence of a male in this card. He's literally like the front and center of the card. But what I'm noticing is that there's actually a throne back there, and he's not sitting on his throne. He's actually walking in front of the throne, and he's almost like thinking about things. So he has 3 roses in his hand, and he's looking down at the roses. So overall, I feel like this message is actually saying that there's a man in your life who's distracted, who feels this sense of responsibility around the things that are in his hand. You know, so this could be related to perhaps, you know, I think you know who it is, Brandy, and focusing on you and maybe, you know, and maybe Gabby. So I feel like this is coming through to really say that there is this male energy, and this could be more than one male too, but there is this male energy that's feeling a sense of distraction from feeling empowered and feeling like he can sit on his throne and stand in his own personal power. He's feeling really distracted and like he's looking at what's in his hand, and he's feeling really responsible for taking care of all of these things that's in his hand. This could also be a message for all of us, the collective. Typically, the first card I pull is a good message for the collective as well. So this could also just be relating to everybody feeling this tremendous sense of responsibility right now, that there are things that need to get done, things that they want to have addressed, and they're having trouble having fun because the yellow roses there are, you know, related to the solar plexus chakra, which is about balancing work and play, and also the digestive system and letting go of anxieties and fear that we might hold in the stomach area. So I feel like the overall message with this card is saying that there is a male energy, whether it's also the male energy in your own self, right, that's just feeling like overburdened, overworked, overwhelmed, and there's a need to balance that, to temper that with some more creativity, some more playfulness. So bringing playfulness back into the equation is really necessary here. Let me pull another card because I'm just really enjoying where this is going. And we have crystals, Ipana. So I feel like using crystals could be really helpful with this. So, and this, well, I don't want to say what was in the Fearlessly Fairy for this week because that was, you know, for the private group. But those of you that are in my Fearlessly Fairy group know what the message was for this week. But, you know, crystals, so I'm hearing citrine, yellow calcite, any of the yellow crystals would be really helpful. So working with citrines, most of us have access to a citrine. You know, working with citrine, working with even a citrine paired with a clear quartz, working with yellow calcite. These would be really good things. If you have bumblebee jasper, that could work as well. You know, also the spirit quartz, the fairy quartz, they also come in yellow. So working with yellow crystals, I think, would be really helpful. And let's actually just pull one more card because I'm enjoying where this is going. This is helping me as well. Oh my gosh. So funny. I saw this card in my third eye. Yes, definitely citrine. I'm definitely going to bust out my citrine when we wrap up here, Brandy. And then also I have my, this is actually so cute. This is a tiger's eye sun pendant that I got at the gem show. So also tiger's eye is actually, fun fact, tiger's eye is very good for solar plexus chakra too. It's actually protective and grounding, but also helps the solar plexus chakra. So it's really funny because I saw this card in my third eye, and I was thinking about it because I pulled this card for Virgos for last week, and I was like, huh, this reminds me of that card, and I just pulled it from that same deck. And the card is resistance. So it's like, this is kind of all related, right? So it's like we're holding on to this energy of what we want so very, very tightly. We're like, I need this, I must do this, I have to do this. And this could also be related to, like I said, the mutable mess that's going on, the Gemini energy, which is sort of like all over the place, but curious and wants facts, wants information, wants to seek out the truth and get things done. But then we have the Sagittarian energy, which is more playful and expansive and is the opposite of that. It's like, let's look at the big picture, not the little facts. And then, so we have all this stuff going on, and it's kind of like high distraction energy. And this is actually creating this like stress within us even more, where we're tightening down on this thing that we need to do, that we need to get done, that we want so very much harder. And it's okay to be driven and to be focused and determined on what we want to bring in. But I think that the cards are encouraging us to, I knocked my tripod. The cards are encouraging us to, it's almost like how the tripod wobbled, it's like, allow yourself, it's okay if you're wobbling a bit. It's okay if you're like settling into this new energy a bit. It's okay. And we use crystals to support you right now as you're doing that. And also to bring in the solar plexus. So bring in some fun. Watch a funny movie. Laugh about something. Watch something funny on YouTube. Play solar plexus chakra music. I'm definitely relating to this for myself because I know that this has been me, like really, really strongly this weekend. That has been me. So definitely think this is a good message, for the collective as well. All right, I feel like that was a really great message, and I'm not seeing any other people in the chat, so I think I'm just going to transition to the sign-by-sign card pulls for the week, because I know I'm excited after this ends to put on some solar plexus chakra music and get my citrine out and start thinking and vibing about the solar plexus. Good, yeah, and I think just asking yourself, and I need to do the same for myself, like how can I bring more fun into this? How can I bring more playfulness into what I'm doing? It's okay that things need to get done, but how can we make this more fun, Okay. So let's see. All right, so I'm going to use the Ascendant Master cards for the sign-by-signs for this week. So for this week, Aries, what does Aries need to know for this week? I love this one. Let me just confirm if this is Aries or for the collective. Okay, so I'm getting a swing for Aries I'm using a crystal bracelet as a pendulum right now. I'm getting a positive swing of yes for Aries, but I'm also getting an even stronger positive swing of yes for the collective. So I feel like this is, again, Aries setting the tone, just like that first card pull did. This is a message for all of us as well. And the card is positive change, Parvati. Interesting, Parvati too is a Hindu goddess that's associated with the arts and beauty and music, or maybe that's Sarasvati. I get them mixed up, but there's Ganesha, Sarasvati, and Parvati, and they are the two sisters of Ganesha, if I'm not mistaken. So this also might be a good week to call on Ganesha and ask for Ganesha's help to help remove obstacles, bring in art, bring in beauty, to bring in more of this positive energy. But overall, we have this message here of positive change. So that's really good. Taurus, what does Taurus need to know for this week? It's funny because most of these Ascendant Master cards are actually up on my mirror. I had like a whole thing there when I moved in here that I put them there, but it'll still be good. So for Taurus, we have come out of the closet, Amaterasu. I'm not sure how to say her name. So what I'm getting is that there's feelings that you're holding back on, Taurus. It's like you're wanting to reach out to connect to someone. You're wanting to like express yourself in some way, to maybe start a partnership in some way. There's something that you're wanting to do, but you're not being as explicit with it. You're like holding back. So this is saying that your work this week is to work on coming out of the closet with that, and to really open up to that person, that situation, that place, whatever it might be, with your desires, with your intentions, with what you want. Okay, so Gemini, what does Gemini need to know for this week? Okay, for Gemini, we have artistic expression. Lots of messages so far about, this seems to be a theme, about the arts, bringing in playfulness, bringing in beauty, bringing in art. So maybe like crafting or coloring could be really therapeutic this week as well. But we have Paul the Venetian artistic expression here for Gemini. So release some of this tense energy, Geminis, by creating, by designing something, by being playful, by connecting with a friend, having a play date, having a friend date, being just very in flow, expressing yourself. That is the medicine for you this week. Thank you for the love hearts, Brandy, for Gemini. Okay, so for Cancer, what does Cancer need to know for this week? We have Twin Flame, Angus. So this is a very cool card. So this is the card related to certainly love and partnerships. This could be like a very important person coming into your life that feels really familiar to you, like a soulmate or a past life connection. This could also be you really aligning your masculine and your feminine energies so that you are more streamlined to attract what you need. This could be like also your relationship with yourself. But overall, this is definitely a strong message about somebody wants to connect with you, somebody's wanting to almost like open up to a love partnership with you or something in that vein. And to just be kind of mindful and open to that, and explore that a bit. All right, Leo, Leo, Leo. What does Leo need to know for this week? Love your reactions, Brandy. We have listen. Manjushri? I'm not sure how to say that. Listen. So for Leos, it's like tune in. What is this conflict or this emotion? What is it teaching you? What is it telling you? This could be a good cue for Leos to meditate more this week, to maybe take some time for like, I'm actually hearing like meditative walks. So stillness and just bringing in more of the ability to listen to the divine is really a message for you for this week. Okay, Virgo, what does Virgo need to know for this week? We have, kind of following up with the Leo one, meditate, Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. So taking extra time to meditate. It's pretty spot on, self-explanatory for Virgos or people with Virgo energy. So taking extra time to meditate. Libra, Libra, Libra. What does Libra need to know for this week? Work your magic, Saint Germain. So work your magic, Saint Germain. So this is about manifestation. This could also be about using the violet flame of Saint Germain. Definitely working with amethyst can help with that. But just really understanding how to manipulate energy and co-create with the universe what you want, I definitely can relate to that. Let's see, I did Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know for this week? We have purification, white Tara. So detoxing, letting go of things. Scorps are probably still integrating that full moon in Scorpio we had last week. Or maybe it was even into the week before that, maybe. but just continuing to purge and let go of things. I know today I went into my closet and I got rid of boxes that I've kept for too long, and it felt so good recycling those. So never, ever, ever does detoxing and decluttering do bad things for you. It always, always, always does good things for you, right? So for Scorpios, it's like, this could also be looking at your diet. What do you need to purify in your diet? And Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know for this week? We have take charge of this situation, Moses. So I'm feeling strongly that this is a message for Saggies with relationships. I'm really feeling that. So for Sagittarius, we're in Gemini season, which is your opposite sign. And by solar method for Sagittarius, Gemini would actually be their 7th house. So this means that by solar method, the sun, position of the sun is in the 7th house in their solar chart. So there might be a lot going on in terms of relationships or things that need to get done or taken care of as relates to other people in their life, not with themselves, but of other people in their relationship to other people. So this is saying to, you can do this, take charge of the situation, you can do what it takes to handle the situation, and it will succeed, it will get done. And Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know for this week? Open your heart to love Jesus. So being gentle with yourself, being compassionate with yourself. I always love that this card shows to balance the energy between the lion and the lamb. So knowing when you need to be strong and assertive, and knowing when you need to be gentle and loving and forgiving. So for Caps this week, it's like, we also have some other spirit animals on here. We have a wolf, and we also have brown bear. And there's also a cute little butterfly on the baby lamb. So I feel like this is just saying, in what ways could you be more compassionate, more loving, more forgiving this week? That's what you need to focus on. And where we at? Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know for this week? Power of joy. Maitreya. This is like the laughing Buddha. So again, this has been a theme for this live, is focusing on bringing in more balance of work and play, bringing in more laughter, more playfulness, as well as also some of that artistic energy, that creative energy. But definitely for Aquarians, so it's like, what makes you laugh? What could you laugh about? What feels good? What's happy? Focusing on bringing in more laughter. And then for Pisces, Pisces, what does Pisces need to know for this week? All right, we have find the blessings in your current situation, Krishna. Find the blessings in your current situation. And this could also be sun, moon, rising. So, definitely for Pisces at the beginning of this week with the moon in Pisces and Neptune there and all that, they're going to be extra feeling it, extra like in that energy. And the caution with Pisces energy is that it can turn into like, woe is me and victimizing and self-pity, and it can be kind of like wallowing energy, and it's not good form when it's expressed. It can also be like deception and confusion, gullibility. It can be many, many things because there's that confusing aspect to it. Because our emotions teach us things, but we want to honor what our emotions teach us and then take that and transform it. We don't want to stay there. That's the ticket. So for Pisces, it's find the blessings in your current situation. So looking at the situation maybe from a different angle, what's good about it, what's positive about it, what could you say? Whenever I really need to kind of like refresh myself too, I think about, okay, well, where was I this time last year? Or where was I this time 3 months ago? Where was I this time 6 months ago? Where was I this time 2 years ago? To really, because we're living in our own body and we don't have the ability to like watch ourselves grow up like we would somebody else. We are in it. So we have to practice being that type of self-reflective way for ourselves. And that involves meditation, journaling, all these sacred practices help us to witness ourselves and to be compassionate because we're witnessing ourselves. So let's pull one more message overall. What does the collective need to know for this week? Let's pull that from this deck here. We have protection. I love this card. So I feel like this card is saying that it's really actually getting to the root of our fears. Because for me, the really standout reading, right? These are really good messages, Brandy. The really standout reading from this live was this. I really feel like this spoke volumes about what a lot of us are feeling, which is this distraction energy, the sense of responsibility and pressure to do things that's blocking us from our ability to just feel playful at life because we're holding on to these things that we want, these desires, we're holding on to them so tightly. So I feel like this card is saying, no matter what, you're protected. Even if you don't get this particular thing, something else will come right after it, right? Maybe even better than that. Even if it's like you have to wait for it or the timing is wonky or like you're not getting it done in the divine perfect timing that you thought it was divine perfect timing, you're still okay. No matter what, you're always protected. So I feel like this is just saying it's safe for you to be kind of in this nest. It's safe for you to be vulnerable. You're being carried by source energy. You're being guided and protected. And that's part of what you need to understand to give yourself the permission to bring in some playfulness again, So, love that. Good stuff. Okay. I think I might have lost you, Brandy. Either way, I'm going to close the circle and all of that. I want to thank everybody watching this as well on replay. Feel free to tag friends in the comments, share this video, email me, all the things. And I hope that these messages find you in divine perfect timing. If you find this video in a different week than when I've done it, I'm recording this, May 27th, 2019. But if you catch this video some other day or time, no worries. That means that you were just meant to receive these messages for this at the time you caught it. And I feel compelled to share that. So, good stuff. Okay, so I want to clear any and all negative energy that was brought up in this space, in all directions of time and space. And I want to thank all of the guides, guardians, ancestral spirits, guardian angels, ascended masters, archangels, beings of love and light that were present in this space, that were willing and able to assist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope people that catch this on replay get to receive the love and joy that comes through from these readings, and that they receive the messages they most need to hear. Much love. Bye.